a freezing New York morning, a sleek black car pulled into a school parking lot. Inside sat Jonathan Pierce, a 45-year-old billionaire CEO who built a tech empire from nothing. His life revolved around numbers, meetings, and deadlines. But that day it wasn't business that shook him. It was a question from his 7-year-old daughter, Emma. As she tugged at his sleeve, her small voice trembled. "Daddy, can Lily come to my birthday?" Now Lily wasn't like the other kids. She was the quiet girl in class, the one with worn-out shoes and a torn backpack. Teachers whispered she lived with her grandmother after being abandoned by her parents. She never brought lunch, only sat silently while others ate. Most children didn't notice her, but Emma did. Jonathan had built his empire on logic and data, but this was something no spreadsheet could explain. His daughter wasn't asking for a bigger cake or another entertainer. She was asking for kindness. And that one request would change everything. Preparations for the party were extravagant. A luxury hotel ballroom, European desserts, and a guest list filled with the children of CEOs, lawyers, and politicians. But Emma's voice cut through the noise again. "Daddy, don't forget Lily." Reluctantly, Jonathan sent an invitation. When Lily's grandmother opened the golden envelope in their dimly lit apartment, her hands trembled. For Lily, it was the first invitation she had ever received. The grandmother, with almost nothing left, used her savings to buy a faded thrift store dress and polished Lily's shoes until they shone. On the day of the party, limousines lined up outside the hotel. Children in designer outfits poured out, laughing and posing for photos, and then quietly Lily entered. Some parents frowned. Some children whispered. But Emma rushed to her side, holding her hand proudly, as if introducing the most important guest in the room. Jonathan watched in silence. His daughter's joy lit up the room, but so did the discomfort of others. Then came the moment that broke him. As the towering cake was served, Jonathan noticed Lily wrap her slice carefully in a napkin instead of eating it. Curious, he asked, "Why aren't you eating?" Her answer silenced the room. "It's for my grandma. She hasn't had cake in years." In that instant, the billionaire CEO who controlled millions felt powerless. A little girl valued one slice of cake more than any deal he had ever made. That night, Jonathan couldn't forget what he saw. He learned about Lily's life, the broken heating in her apartment, the grandmother struggling on a small pension, and a child who never complained despite hardship. For the first time, Jonathan stepped into neighborhoods he had always ignored. He arranged heating repairs, delivered groceries, and most importantly, gave them his time. For Emma, it meant playdates filled with laughter. For Lily, it meant finally being seen. And for Jonathan, it was a revelation. Power meant nothing if it didn't serve humanity. Not everyone understood. Some of his business partners warned him against mixing business with unnecessary charity. But Jonathan didn't care. He had discovered a truth no boardroom ever taught him. A year later, when Emma's next birthday came, she didn't ask for a ballroom or entertainers. She asked for a simple park party where every child, rich or poor, could come. Jonathan agreed without hesitation. That day, laughter rang across the park as children from every background played together. And in the middle stood Jonathan, a man who once measured success in dollars, now measuring it in smiles. Emma's simple question, "Daddy, can Lily come to my birthday?" had become the doorway to something far greater. The discovery that real wealth lies not in power or possessions, but in compassion. And that's the story of Jonathan, Emma, and Lily. A reminder that sometimes the most powerful lessons come from the innocence of a child's heart. This is HQ Infinite Stories, where we bring you tales that prove kindness can change the world. What would you have done in Jonathan's place? Share your thoughts in the comments below.